I'm gonna switch the window over. Give me 1 second, guys. I'm gonna switch the window over. If you guys didn't know, they started teasing this a little, not even too long ago, to be honest. Very big surprise for us as ATS fans, and yeah, SCS fans. So we got the 2025 Freightliner Cascadia that's gonna be revealed today. Man, they really hid this one from us. They did a great job of hiding this one for sure. So let me switch this over real quick. Try to get all this switched over so we can chill together. I don't know. I don't know why my capture is. Oh, it's because I didn't have this open. There you go. All right. Now we should be seeing something. Is it seeing something? Move that up. All right, we're gonna get this right one day. We are gonna get it right one day, man. Okay, that's the NVIDIA app. That's not the right. Yeah, I don't know why it's not showing up. That's weird. Okay, that's for that. Yeah, it'll. So it's looking at every window besides. It's pulling up every window besides the one I wanted to pull up. That's crazy. Okay, let's try. I guess I have to do another screen capture. So let's do that. Since that's seemingly the other way we'll get it. Alright, there we go. That's crazy, man, all the time. Let me close this down.
Boom, just like that. I mean,
somebody give me a mic as well.
There's Mark.
You can do it. You can do it.
Let me switch. Switch over to headset.
I love it. The new trend. Well, everybody.
Hold on, guys. I gotta switch over to headset.
That is, of course, what we're going to be talking about all of today. But if you're joining us for the very first time, welcome along, everyone. My name is Alex. I'm one of your community managers.
Yeah, I had to capture this.
Good to be with you all. Joining us in the studio live.
I didn't play in this. I didn't even know this was happening until recent. So don't shoot the messenger, man.
Doing pretty good.
1 second.
No, not quite yet. Maybe a little bit later on. We'll see. And we also have the our PR and marketing manager, Mr. Busy Guy, over here.
There we go.
I'm good. I'm excited. It's gonna be another awesome moment of almost synchronized release of a new vehicle. Yeah. Just this morning. Morning of their time, right? It was like 2 p.m. of our time.
No, even before that. I remember coming to work this morning and checking it as well.
Really?
Yeah.
There we go.
Pretty early, of course. We're talking about the 5th generation of Cascadia from Freightliner, which is an absolutely awesome vehicle. We're going to be talking a lot more about it today. And like Nimro and Mark were just discussing there, it was announced in premiere today on Freightliner's website. Maybe some of you saw some hints about that coming up. I saw Nimro, was it you, Nimro, behind the social media?
Yeah, you guys.
Nice comments on Freightliner. A couple of the community picking up. There's some signs here and there, but some of you caught onto it. Some of you weren't so sure. Well, today we're here to confirm those decisions, and they're absolutely true. And we're so pleased to be able to kind of.
So where's the chat?
The work that has been put into over the last, so many months, and we're going to take a closer look here at the 5th generation generation Cascadia. Where is it? Mark, have you got it on your screen?
I do.
There it is.
Oh no, that's the wrong one.
That's
No,
the
wait a
wrong
second.
one.
Hold on,
Wait
hold on,
a
hold on,
second.
hold on.
Sorry, guys.
There it is.
Here it comes.
Look at that.
Drum roll.
I love that. Look
All
at
right.
that reveal. What it is in all of its glory.
Man, let's go.
As
And I must
ever.
say, I mean, if Benny would be here, but today it's Thomas behind the cameras because Benny is taking his well-deserved vacation. But if Benny would be here, he would be laughing at me. But I have to say, this combination of like Marlboro gray or how this color is called with black pieces on the truck, it's awesome.
Absolutely, yeah. It's really. This is the truck we actually saw when we went to photograph
Yes, sir.
for reference photos.
Yes, sir.
This exact setup with the black wheels and everything. It looks really cool.
Like it.
And later, me and Oscar also had a chance to record like SCS on the Road episode, like a walk around this new fifth generation of Cascadia, Freightliner Cascadia. So hopefully pretty soon we will also be able to bring episodes so everyone will be able to learn more about what's new with this truck and yeah, some new information as well.
Absolutely, yeah.
Looking forward to it. Yeah, I mean, we're definitely going to take a deep dive into kind of what changes are on offer here in American Truck Simulator as well, and kind of look at, you know, what the fifth generation of Cascadia means, because you know it's quite a big name, isn't it? When you talk about it, we're talking about the next generation, the current generation, and there's quite a few changes. Some of you might be able to spot more obvious ones, and much more, I don't know, a bit more built into the pack.
Yeah, man, that looks good.
It is the most advanced on-highway truck Freightliner has ever offered. And it
I mean, but it does, I mean, you can tell that it's a new truck, but
edge with so much.
there's probably more that changed technologically than
Maybe you can help us
than exterior.
about.
I mean, I can see one new thing as well. It's attached behind the truck. It's a whole
Yeah,
trailer.
that is very obvious.
But why can't I chat?
It looks like
I love that.
Where is the chat?
Also, like,
Let's see.
Like their, a trailer they are like Freightliner is using for their marketing activities with this new truck, right? Here's to go. Ready for what's next.
I have no idea where the chat is.
What's next? Always one step ahead of the game, sort of deal, right? And I think in the video they
I'm-
used it, right?
A to S, blah blah. No.
Really?
Teaching you some skills.
Okay.
And I can
I
see
like it.
something new as well on the front of the truck.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's for the first time for us as well that we are bringing actually both digital and traditional mirrors.
Yeah,
Very-
this is brand new for us. In the past, we've done the digital mirrors, but we weren't able to get them to work both simultaneously. So our program.
Yeah, I don't know where to type in the chat. That's crazy.
I mean, that's something like coming
On my phone, I know, but I've never.
all the trucks.
I don't watch Twitch on my computer, so.
Certain projects, for this time, like
Is it right here?
programmers actually had some hard times to making like
Share.
to creating another set of mirrors basically, because and it's also quite
No.
it was also quite challenging for them to further optimize the rendering scene as well, because like for us in the game, another set of mirrors means another set of
Clip.
scenery is rendered again, in the mirrors. So that's like quite another set of demanding rendering scenarios for the hardware of the computer.
Theater mode.
Absolutely, yeah. It's I mean, every new mirror you add is a little more workload on the engine. Yeah.
But it looks awesome.
Absolutely. It's looking really, really good. And something that's interesting about this design of this truck overall, the new generation of Cascadia, is that it's been inspired, wasn't it? It's kind of inspired design, and it's tested by one of their kind of previous projects. I'm not sure if it's still an ongoing project. Maybe Mark, you know a little bit about it. The Super Truck 2. Do you know about
Yeah,
that?
the Super Truck project.
Digital mirrors.
Something put on by the
Okay.
TSA or some government agency, and all the manufacturers kind of come together with these Super Truck projects where they kind of showcase the new braking technology as kind of a moment, an opportunity for the manufacturers to experiment as well with aerodynamics and other
Oh, I see.
fuel-saving
Where is the chat?
For the Freightliner, we have a new bumper, brand new hood shape, all things from the Super Truck, which are carried over. There's closer, or I should say, narrower closeouts on the bumper and stuff to further help like direct airflow.
Add to your Steam wish list now.
Make it more streamlined.
Looks
Yeah,
awesome.
it was,
Looks awesome.
Looks really good because I know it was like you said, inspired and tested by the Super Truck too, and
Yeah, so there's,
that
I don't
whole
see
truck
anything.
that they had was used to push boundaries of their vision for sustainable design.
Unless I am just fully blind. I have no idea where the chat is. Where's the chat?
Really cool little things about this truck that maybe you do notice or you don't notice. Mark there bringing up a really big one about the aerodynamics. The whole design
10% more fuel efficient.
really making it as aerodynamic as possible, making
Yeah.
so many enhancements and improvements. I pulled some facts from their official video because I wish I was that smart to know all of it.
10% more fuel efficient.
Since the very first Cascadia rolled off the assembly line, they've managed to improve the fuel economy by 35%, which is a pretty big number. if
That's
you
quite
go
a
to
lot.
look at it. Yeah. So with this fifth generation, that brings a 1.9% improvement of their fuel economy thanks to a number of aerodynamic updates and enhancements. So, slowly but surely over time, and that's kind of like the game, isn't it? Where they always making constant adjustments, getting feedback from drivers. And,
Guys,
it's very
I'm
important
switching
to
over.
the manufacturers
1
and
second.
the drivers
They had to
and the
spend a
fleet
lot of
owners
time
too.
in some wind tunnel and testing everything. I would actually one day love to see like testing trucks aerodynamics in wind tunnel. That would be awesome to see.
And it's not just the shape of the truck itself. Like they're constantly messing with the programming for the
Oh,
engines
yeah.
as well, right? Finding
yeah.
the best torque curve and experimenting with driveline ratios and stuff like that to
You were
really
supposed to-
maximize.
You were supposed to turn on that.
Oh no, it's okay. We have manufacturer plates on.
Oh.
Yeah, bypass,
Okay.
right?
But I can see also something new that and is that a curb mirror or side mirror?
yeah,
it's
so
actually
this
there, right?
this is
Instead
the
of
yeah, this is the blind spot mirror that you would typically see on the frame of the passenger side door to look down on the right hand side. But now that is placed in a easier to see angle to see that blind spot easier.
as a former truck driver, would you say this position is better for the?
I mean, yeah, definitely. I mean, the instinct for me, having driven conventional trucks, like I've never actually driven a truck with camera mirrors at all. So for me, the instinct is always to turn my head all the way to the right.
Oh yeah, okay.
But that is, I mean, definitively and like without argument, that is a better place to have it because you don't have to turn your neck all the way to the side, take your eyes off the road. You can just glance up at it while holding the head view in your peripheral, right?
Yeah, in the peripheral vision, you can at least, catch that something is happening there.
Exactly, and the same goes for these camera mirrors. I mean, right now the conventional mirrors are still required by law, which is why you see them paired
Both
together.
of them, yeah.
But eventually, when the conventional mirrors do go away, not only is that an aerodynamic improvement, it's also a safety improvement because, as you can see on the passenger side here, the camera mirror is in the point of view
Like
that's
A-pillar.
exactly it's already blocked by the A pillar. Right now, as it is, the conventional mirror is further blocking your view at the passenger side window, right?
Yeah.
Creating a bigger blind spot.
There's like more to these like digital mirrors. Like I know we in Europe have them on trucks for some time now, and they have like some very cool features. Like for example, in the night, the contrast on them is like a little bit higher, so you can actually see more in the night than with traditional mirrors.
Yeah, absolutely. There's a like the night mode, like when it senses the low light, it kind of boosts up the contrast and the brightness to allow you to see better. And the cameras themselves, they're heated, so if any snow or ice or anything does work their way onto the lenses, then that's should melt off and not pose a problem for you at all.
And you can also like for the driver, it's also like a big feature for the time when they sleep, and they have like the curtains around all the windows like covered. They still have a button. I think usually it's in the bunk. They have a button to turn on the displays on the camera mirrors, and they can see what's happening around their trailer any time in the night.
How about that?
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
They can actually see,
That's still security
without
feature.
like getting out of the truck or like pulling the curtains on the windows. They can see what's happening around the truck and trailer.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, that's awesome.
That is a nice security feature. I like that.
Yeah,
I like
and then
that
you can
a lot.
also like set up in real life on those camera mirrors. I don't think that for now we have that feature in the game. Maybe in the future, but you can set up the length of your trailer you're gonna haul, and you have like
Yes.
lines on the digital, like on the
Yeah.
displays, and you can actually see like how long you are with the trailer.
Yeah, it kind of like projects it onto the road in
Yeah.
such a way that you're able to tell where
Yes.
the back of your trailer is. Yeah, I've seen that. Yeah.
Which is also cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I'm not sure if it is modeled in our game as well. Does this also have the like the blind spot visualizer as well that kind of alerts you when there's a car by your side? Is that
It does.
I think it is there. Yeah.
It should show up on
It
the
is there?
display there. If I can find a car to get beside me, you can show that off. Or we
That's what
have
I've
to
been
wait
waiting
till
for this
later.
whole time.
Always,
Is it there?
always when
Is
you
there?
need them, they're not anywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they were demonstrating it in their video, and it was like a really, really cool feature how they displayed it, not only on the dash, but also on the mirrors, I believe, as well.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And on both, which was really cool.
I really like how we are in general getting like more close in cooperation with our partners. Like massive
Yeah.
shout out to the team at Freightliner for giving us the trust to do almost synchronized release, right? That they were working on this truck for a very long time, and they were like so kind and trustful in us to give us the trust to follow them very shortly after their reveal to bring the truck into the game. That's really cool to see. I
Yeah,
still remember the
absolutely.
days when we kind of had to bounce around booths of our partners at some expos, basically begging for any attention or any potential cooperation. And nowadays, like, look where we are. Like we are being used as our game is being used as a communication channel for our partners and our for the OEM manufacturers. So not only for trucks but also for trailers, tires, whatever you can name it.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's awesome to see how far the game went. Yeah.
Absolutely, yeah. And the fact that you've been able to work with them closely as well, like you said, you got to visit Freightliner, right, when you were out
Yes.
a
We
while ago,
visited
and
them
actually
multiple
meet with them.
times actually at their proving
Yeah.
grounds at Madras.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, Madras,
must have been a pretty
Oregon.
interesting trip.
They have their proving grounds there, and we got our hands on the truck to, take some reference photos. We even got to go for a drive in it to do
Yes.
while we were doing the sound recording and stuff like that.
Yes.
So yeah.
was that still like a prototype version of the truck then that you were working
Some
with, or was it like a
parts,
first?
parts
I mean,
of the
it's-
truck
it's-
were still like not finished, right?
Yeah, it's definitely like a pre-production version. Like
Yeah.
that truck's not going to be put up
Got
for
it.
sale. It's the same truck actually that's in the marketing material
Oh,
that
really?
Freightliner's
Okay.
using.
yeah.
At least as far as I can tell. I mean, it's the same. Looks to me to be the same.
Yeah.
That's really cool. That's really cool. I'm very much looking forward to that SCS on the road episode when it does eventually drop, a kind of about that trip and everything. So make sure you're subscribed to our YouTube. If you're watching via YouTube, by the way, big hello to all of you. Big hello to the chat. Let's get your first impressions. I know I've asked you a couple of questions already, and I keep missing to look back at the chat. But what is everybody's first impressions here of the 5th generation Cascadia? We'd love to hear your thoughts. It's so awesome to be able to work with Freightliner, like Nimro was saying, to be able to cooperate with them so closely that we're able to kind of reveal and bring a new truck into the
Yes,
game
sir.
so quickly after the premiere. Lots of people saying it's superb and stunning, very sexy, looks beautiful. Very, very nice, sleek. I like it. Yeah, it looks really good, doesn't it? And you got that lovely aerodynamic package on it as well. That Mark is so lovely showing here in the garage. Check that out. Lots of
Yeah.
different little changes here to the overall model.
Yeah, definitely. I think the biggest change we're seeing is definitely in this front end area and into the skirts. You can see these sensors all around it are now standard equipment on the truck. The front collision monitor is there, as well as I believe there's a forward-facing camera
Mm-hmm.
to help with the lane
Yeah.
keep assist and all that as well. So yeah, very cool.
And one other thing as well, maybe people might not notice very quickly as well, there's also kind of a newly designed grille, they say, on the front there.
Yes.
That
And I
has a
think
better
also the
airflow.
lights got
yeah.
some love as well.
Yep.
Now they are, I
Yeah,
believe,
yeah,
they
yeah.
have the heating wires in them or lines.
yep,
that can
heated
help
lamp.
you defrost the headlamps in
Yep.
winter.
Yeah, that's something that we encountered as an issue when LED lights first became prominent. Was
Because
that
they're cold, right?
yeah, like
they don't
the old
really-
halogen lamps, they produce like quite
Yeah.
a bit of heat. Like even on the old trucks that will have like dual lamp setups, so one for high beams, one for low beams. All day you're running with the low beams on. Finally, you turn on the high beams and nothing happens. You're like, huh? When you finally stop, you see, oh, okay, there's 3 inches of ice on the
Yeah.
on the lens, right? But with the LEDs, of course, they don't get hot. So for a while, that was kind of a problem with for us as truckers. Like there was
Especially for you as a former trucker in Canada
Mhm.
and then all the truckers in Canada, where temperatures can get very low, right,
Yep,
during winter.
Yep. I mean,
Yep.
typically the front end of the truck doesn't see a lot of ice until you're in traffic. Once you're in heavy traffic, especially at high speed, all the slush and snow from trucks passing you or being in
it's-
front of you,
it's-
it gets kicked up and the whole
Yeah.
front end gets caked. So having these heated lenses is a huge benefit. I mean, and I would say a necessity if you're going to run LED lights for sure. But we can
Yeah.
kind of go through the truck here, maybe,
Yes, sir.
and
Let's do it.
take
Go
a
for
look.
it. Let's do
So we have
Teach us. What's new?
so we have the 4 standard offerings that we offered with the previous generation Cascadia as well. We have the day cab, the 48-inch sleeper,
Nice.
and the 72-inch mid-roof XT and raised roof, of course.
Very
There are
nice.
some differences. For example, no longer are we going to see a sun visor on the truck. That option is no longer an option because of new rules with the EPA and all that. So there's new targets they have to hit for fuel mileage and stuff like that.
So it's like forbidden by
Mhm.
government
Yep.
nowadays? Okay.
Yeah. So same thing with the skirts. All highway trucks have to be equipped with side skirts going forward. And
Really?
I can get into that a little bit later about
But that's
these
also
new rules.
put in effect.
I believe it's coming for 2025.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Got
that
it.
would make
So
sense.
working ahead. Yeah.
So this truck is obviously, meant to meet these new standards. So we can go into the chassis. So same standard offering of chassis depending on the cab you pick. We have the 6x2, 6x4 options as well as the 4x2 for the short chassis truck. City trucks, I believe, are exempt from the having to have the skirts on the side because I mean they're not typically
Too short,
offering
I
long
guess.
range and high
Yeah.
speeds. This is still very new. I'm still learning about it as well as we go. So don't quote me on it, but I'm 99% sure. Otherwise, we
will-
wouldn't have done it this
They
way.
will quote you on it anyway.
yeah, typical. Yeah. So engines, we have some familiar engines as well as some brand new ones. Updated engines that Detroit is now offering. That Freightliner is offering with Detroit.
DD15s.
Yep. So you'll notice like the 370, that's the same as before. The 410 is slightly tweaked. But especially the integrated powertrains have brand new power ratings. We have a 425 for the DD13 and 455 for the DD15.
Nice.
And these, now you're going to see some overlap with the torque ratings and all that, but all of these engines have unique torque curves.
Okay.
So they're going to behave differently. Just because you pick an engine with 1850 doesn't mean it's going to behave even remotely the same.
Is there like big difference?
Considerable, yeah.
Yeah? Okay.
Really?
I was
Wow.
lucky enough to get to see the torque curves and see the dyno sheets, and there is substantial difference in the tuning between the engines, and they're all tuned for specific things like the integrated Detroit powertrain. It gets its torque down low. The super when you choose the integrated powertrain, you're automatically selecting this transmission with the 216 rear end, which is super low RPM. And we talked about this in the past. It's all about like slower piston speeds, using the boost to your advantage, right? And it's all about saving fuel. So as well, we have this one I'm kind of excited about is the DD13 525. I believe this engine is intended as more of a vocational kind of engine. Some trucks, the vocational trucks, they don't have the space to put a DD15 or a DD16 or some other big block engine. So this was kind of the solution, is this tuned DD13 factory offering, 525 horsepower, 1850 foot-pounds of torque. As you can see, it's actually our most powerful engine, even more so than the DD15.
That's the one I would go for.
Oh, of course.
I'm
course.
sucker for the numbers, I would just go for the most powerful one.
Of course. And me, I'm the opposite way. I go for the fuel efficiency, so I'm using an integrated Detroit powertrain. But this truck is an option for the Cascadia, and I can see it kind of filling a gap because they're actually not offering the DD16 with this truck. So this is actually currently the highest horsepower Detroit engine you can get in the truck.
Okay.
So I'm really looking forward to giving that a try as well. Transmissions, as you can see, they dropped some fuller transmissions as well from the range. They're no longer offering 13 and 10 speeds and 15 and all that. 18 speed is the only manual option now. As well as the Allison automatic is an option as well.
Do you think we're gonna be slowly getting into the times where there will be no manual transmission for new trucks?
I mean, looking at what has happened with Europe, where I mean, basically it's more or less gone. I believe only some manufacturers offer it as a very special order, and I might even be wrong about that. I think it might be fully gone.
Yeah.
So I think we are coming to that time. I hope not, because I still see a place for it. People like me that own their trucks and want to drive them, the way we want to drive them without just slapping a controller. But I mean, I will say these transmissions have come a long way since their inception. The early automatic transmissions that we got here in North America were left something to be desired. But when Detroit brought their powertrain, their automatic powertrain here, it was a huge improvement over.
Yeah, but
the
to be
previous
fully
offerings.
honest, do you think you can beat the fuel efficiency with manual transmission over the automated?
I think probably 98% of drivers cannot.
Cannot,
Ooh,
yeah.
okay,
I think
okay,
there's very few drivers, and sometimes it's not always about fuel economy too. The other thing to consider is longevity, and that's one thing I'll say about Detroit is their transmission with their engine. It doesn't abuse the engine. I've driven automatics in the past where I felt like the programming of the automatic was kind of being abusive towards the engine, right? The Detroit doesn't do that. They work together really well. You know what I mean? You can see, for example, recently when we were in Madras, we got a chance to drive a truck with a Detroit powertrain, Detroit engine, and Detroit transmission.
It was so smooth.
Yeah, and they were speaking together perfectly. I never saw the engine over revving. I never saw it lugging unnecessarily. Like the transmission was doing more or less what I would do, right? So I'm not against them, but I still feel as an owner operator, as someone that grew up with manuals, I still feel like I would prefer a manual, and I feel like I could probably. I mean, I'm not going to be so confident to say that I can definitely beat it, but I think I could probably come pretty close.
I think it's more about that to feel the connection between the vehicle.
Yeah, it comes down more to personal preference than performance, absolutely. And like I said, for 98% of truck drivers out there, they are going to see an improvement with the Detroit transmission versus manual.
But Cascadias were like always, or at least through the recent years, very famous option as a fleet trucks, right?
Yeah,
and
definitely.
As a big like logistic company, fuel efficiency is probably the number one thing you're like considering.
Definitely.
So you basically want to have automatic transmission in most of the trucks in your fleet, I guess.
That's the thing is like when you own thousands of trucks or even hundreds of trucks or even dozens of trucks, you can't be with those drivers while they're going up and down the road and see how they're driving the truck and see if they're abusing it, right? I know some guys that think they can drive manual and they cannot, and I wouldn't put them in a manual truck. So myself, even as a small fleet owner, let's say if I had 5 trucks, I might keep a manual for myself, but the other 4 trucks would definitely be using automatics because I just you don't know anymore with drivers what you're getting and whether you can trust their skills or not, right?
Fair enough.
Whereas if you with these transmissions, you know what you're getting, you know what your maintenance schedule should look like. Like it's a lot more. It's a lot easier to run the numbers and not have to worry about unnecessary costs, right?
Okay. One more question I wanted to ask regarding the sun visor being gone and all the like new regulations coming in effect. Do you think that if you will still, for example, get a truck in the next year and then you put aftermarket sun visor, you are going to get a fine when you get like pulled over to a way station or by
I don't think
police?
so.
Or?
I think it's a matter of what the manufacturer offers. There's a whole credit system, you know what I mean, with the EPA, and we're seeing this with cars as well, right? Like certain manufacturers are having to even purchase credits from other manufacturers. Say a certain manufacturer that might have a range that's primarily not very fuel efficient vehicles. And then you have other companies that are producing, say, only electric cars. They're kind of trading credits in that way, right?
Okay.
So I believe, as far as I know, it's kind of a similar thing happening with the trucks, right? So it's more about the manufacturer. If you were to go buy yourself a Freightliner and slap a big chrome visor on it, I don't think the government's going to be coming after you to pay a fine or something like that. It's more about making sure the manufacturers are offering the truck as a fuel.
Does it make a big difference, like to have a sun visor in terms of like fuel efficiency on a truck? I think it does, right? Like one time I heard in Europe, like those like Michelin Bibendum figures, that they actually really raise up the fuel efficiency if you like slap them on your truck.
So it all depends on what you're doing, right? Like if you're pulling flatbed and you're already, between, the load might not be right against the cab because it might be heavy. So already you have a giant sail in the wind behind you because you have maybe a, 6 foot tall something rather tarped in the middle of the trailer.
True.
So for someone like that, the fuel efficiency isn't a factor. For people that do oversize, for people that do heavy, guys in Michigan pulling 160,000 pounds, they're not that worried about fuel mileage.
But if you're doing like normal curtain sider, pallets jobs or long runs, then you are about like fuel efficiency, right?
Absolutely, yeah. So in those cases, I've heard it can be 1.5 or 3%, up to 3% for the visor. some manufacturers were kind of dropping these early as an option. I mean, Freightliner was one of the first ones to kind of
Adapt to the
not make it a standard option.
future. Yeah.
Other manufacturers, it's still a standard option to have the visor, right?
Okay.
At least until
that's one.
2025.
That's nice
You like
as
the
well.
red? Yeah.
I mean,
The colors are
track-
vibrant.
this track
Yeah.
like can rock any color.
Yeah.
Almost, it feels.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, like so far, it seems like no matter what you put on, I mean, the chartreuse is maybe a little much for my personal preference, but
Looks
Yeah.
like Lambo.
Like a-
I was going to say, are these stock colors then? These actual stock colors that have come from Freightliner themselves?
I mean,
Some of
Freightliner
them, I
has an
believe.
offering. I believe there's something like, I don't quote me on this, but they can basically create any color you want.
Yeah.
So there's some standard offerings that are going to be like cheaper, but if price isn't an option, I think they can pretty much give you whatever color you want. So like we're talking
I got it.
thousands of colors.
Do we also have like nice? Do we also have like special paint jobs for this track that our team created?
I'm so glad you asked, Namiro.
Okay.
If I just scroll down here a little bit, we do have some special paint jobs. So this is our typical divided paint job. We usually offer something similar on most
Okay.
most models. So, for example, if I paint them all
it's
different
actually
colors,
3 color.
yeah, so you can see
Oh,
okay.
we have
see.
all
You
different
can get
colors.
very crazy on that.
Yeah, I mean, my typical favorite color is to kind of do the skirts in like a kind of a maroon or deep plum, and the roof cap the same color. That's kind of my signature look
Okay.
for me.
Mhm.
We have
Oh.
this as well, pinstripe tones, and this is color changeable as
like
well.
it now.
So you can kind of
Oh, it nice some like gradient with this with
Yeah.
the second color.
Fade.
we have some more here. Swift Sails. This is a throwback to the old Columbia and Century paint jobs. So in the late 90s, early 2000s, when they were coming out with those as brand new aerodynamic models to replace the old FLD
Looks a bit
120.
retro, yeah.
Yeah, definitely some retro colors. And we did that again with this as well. This is the Cascadia Evolution scheme.
Oh,
So we
nice.
wanted
That is
to
nice.
kind of really give a throwback to the trucks that led to this Gen 5 Cascadia, right? All the
Oh,
aerodynamic
yeah.
trucks that came
Did
before
Did you
it.
see their amazing like video, their marketing video they did for the reveal of this truck?
Yeah.
They used like previous generations of Cascadia in
Yeah.
that truck and like family that is growing with the generation.
And we didn't plan this with Freightliner. This just kind of
Yeah.
happened. This was just, you know,
cool.
the vehicle paints team did an awesome job here, and this was kind of something they came up with on their own. So I guess they were just thinking alike. So
Mm-mm.
this one, kind of same thing. You can do some different colors here. Ooh, that's kind of cool. You could do like blackout on the headlights and around the grill.
I'm liking that. I'm liking the options we have here.
Yeah.
Plenty of color options, and you know, I feel like chat's gonna go crazy with all the designs here in the future.
And
Making it one.
couple more. We have a camo one here.
Ooh. I
And
like
this one's
that. I'm a big fan of
three-color.
that.
Oh, this one's okay. I see what's going on here.
Oh,
Okay. And then this one is gonna it's a metallic paint job. Very cool.
liking
And
that. Yeah, color options are
some
great.
American stripes here. Same thing, metallic paint job here. So we can give this a nice like if we want to give it like a red.
Mm.
Oh, I love that one.
I like how modern and fresh it feels.
Hmm. And I
Nice.
believe
You know, like,
and one more.
Oh,
I think that
okay.
two more.
ooh. I like the edges on that.
Yeah,
Orange
this
Sunset
one.
edge around the
Prowl?
grill and the
Do
top.
some like kind of edge runner.
I
kinda
like
stuff
that.
with it.
I'd put like an aqua blue with that personally, like a very light kind of Tron blue. You know what I mean? Like
yeah. Oh yeah.
that is.
Now we're
Ooh, look at
talking.
that.
I like the line
That's a
around
lot.
the headlamps. That's awesome.
Yeah, that's
yeah,
cool. Eh?
that is really nice.
And last but not least, Sunset Prowl.
Why is there a reason why is it bare on is it somehow connected to Freightliner or whatever?
I don't believe so.
No,
No, I think it's just bear. You know, bear's cool, right?
bare is cool. Yeah,
Is this
I love the mask.
is this new one too?
Put back that one.
Are these
There's
also
a
new?
lot of paint
Yeah.
jobs.
Oh my goodness.
Put that prowl bear. I want to say that I like the line around the mask.
Oh, over here.
Yeah, around
Yeah.
the grill. That's awesome.
So you must like those like kind of like anime paint jobs that people do on cars as well.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah. You're a
Mhm.
fan of that?
Yeah, I would
Yeah.
love to get that on my car, but it's super expensive.
Yeah, and they paint too.
Yeah.
They don't. That's permanent.
Yeah.
Yeah, or if you get like the wraps and stuff in your car, super expensive. Yeah, I'm loving that though. Loving the
Shout
amount
out
of
to our like
customization
paint
there.
jobs team. They did amazing
Yeah,
job.
big shout out to them. Really
Okay,
looking
this
good,
is
keeping
nice.
it fresh.
You kind of created like sunset vibe on that hood.
Yeah, that's what I was going for.
Mm-mm.
And we can maybe go the other way.
Maybe you should
with-
become a like paint job artist as well.
I'm a jack of all trades, man. I can do everything, but nothing well. Yeah, so yeah, we got lots of options here, but I think chat is going to want to see what we can bolt onto the truck here.
Yes.
So we have some chrome options as well. Definitely, they went for more of a kind of less in-your-face style with the grill. So instead of a great big giant chrome grill, we have these kind of chrome louvers. Of course, the chrome door handles. You can go with chrome mirrors, with or without cameras. You can also go without the cameras if you want more of a conventional style. We have the side closeouts here, or the what do they call the A-pillar arrow, something or other.
I guess.
We have some options with the bumper. We can go for the molded in black or color, molded in color black bumper.
Which is, I guess, better for jobs in forestry and something like that, I guess, right?
More so, I mean, this is not really a vocational truck. You're not going to see this truck in this spec driving on a,
I know, but
or something.
if you would go for like day cab, maybe.
More so, it's just easily replaceable. So let's say, you have a fleet of 1,000 trucks and you're
okay.
operating in
Gotcha.
Chicago or Atlanta or New York City, and you're going to get into small fender benders. This bumper is a cheaper replacement than this one, where you're going to have to paint it to match, right? Of course, you have your oversized stuff here. This is small difference. It's just the arrow closeout here in the wheel well. And of course, you can pull them off the skirts as well. Wait, can you even pull them off here?
I think
Nice.
it's.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah. So
I think it's
go
a
for
silly
Yeah,
question,
yeah.
but do they make big difference?
These.
Yeah.
These actually make a considerable difference. Anything you can
Yes.
do to get the air from going under and creating like a vortex under there is less drag you have to worry about, right? So actually, I remember reading a study. Now this was a very
But
old
the
study.
air would go under even without these.
Of course, but it's just limiting how much, right?
Ah, okay.
So, I mean, like, think about with cars, right? Like, you see these race cars and they're low to the ground.
like
They're not doing that
stick
just
to
for
the
fun.
ground.
They're doing
Yeah.
that to get the air to go over or around the car rather than underneath it and slow it down,
Yep.
right?
Yeah, that's why no one's doing like F1 races in G-Wagons.
Exactly. Yeah. So, yeah, anything you can do to get the air from going under the truck or in between anywhere is going to be beneficial in aerodynamics. Especially one of the biggest ones is the gap between the truck and the trailer. That's why Freightliner has these nice, great big fairings on offer, and that's why they're using these closeouts in between the wheels, right? Now, funnily enough, everyone always talks about the fact that they no longer offer the full skirts that go all the way to the wheel. They found it was like a negligible difference. It was like 0.35% difference, and it was better to have this space here because if the driver's on the side of the road and he needs to like dive in somewhere.
True. Yeah.
And just
okay.
all around, this turned out to be a better solution. It was like negligible having it go all the way to the wheels. So I believe one
Interesting.
manufacturer even cited that this was better.
Okay.
This is actually somehow more aerodynamic than having the wheel go all the way, the skirt go all the way.
It's interesting that they kind of experimented with like so many different areas, because I know one of the things maybe not a lot of people would notice on the front there, you're talking about where the grill is. You see that seal that's going from like the tire all the way around the front of the grill. That's actually
this one
new as
here?
well, isn't it? They've made like a brand new seal. I think they said it's like an industry first seal to kind of help the aerodynamics as well. I forgot the actual name.
And I really
they
like how
actually
they are
used.
like listening to the customers. Like even though that actually the side skirt being extended all the way to the tires would do like 1.3 or how much you said like difference. They still like listen to their customers that hey, it's not worth it. We would rather be able to get to the back of the truck.
Yeah.
And they were like, okay, you can have it, guys.
And that's the big thing too, right? Like it's just easier access. Like when you're hooking up these airlines, when you have those steps there, it's like you kind of have to climb up them, and then you're kind of like precariously positioned above the truck in a not very safe spot. Whereas this, you have a firm feet on the ground. You can hook up your airlines, do whatever you need to do. There's really not, if you're not pulling flatbed, there's really not a lot of reason to go on top of this deck plate here. So if you can stay on the ground where it's safer, I mean, you still have the access, you still have the steps in case you do need to go up there. But, for flatbedders or whatever. But, I mean, if it's not necessary, why force it, right?
Yeah, makes sense, yeah.
I found the name for it. They said they're calling it the industry's first full hood to bumper seal for better airflow there on the front there. That's going all the way around, because I think originally there was a gap there and they've actually made a seal now.
Yep.
And also you've got those kind of like aerodynamic air ducts as well, where they guide the air. Because you're talking about the bumper there, Nimro, where like
Yes.
instead of guiding the air underneath the bumper, you got them kind of being guided around now to the sides and kind of like through the wheels.
Yeah, you can actually
So they're
see
not
it right there. You can,
underneath.
if you look
Yeah.
through,
Yeah,
you can see the. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. So it's less drag on the wheel well. You know, I think they call it the Max Aero bumper. Is that correct? I believe it is. Yeah.
So I may be wrong, but I believe, do we have? So yeah, the skirts are going to be for everything but those short day cab chassis. So my understanding with the 2025 rules, I mentioned that I would touch on that again, is that it will be exempt for vocational vehicles, because obviously vehicles are going to be going off road. They're not going to be able to put those full skirts on, right? And so trucks, for example, maybe Freightliner M2s and stuff like that, those vocational trucks, they're not going to have the skirts and all that, and they will be able to put visors on. But
very nice. Lots of different aero packages there. Looking good. Looking good. I'm liking the look of this, and chat is also responding as well very nicely to what they're seeing, liking all the different options, the paint jobs and everything as well. I know a lot of people are taking a lot of liking to the different colors and stuff you can get on the truck as well. Yeah, big shout out to the team that's worked on the truck overall as well. Of course, when we say the team, there's a lot of people involved in this kind of process, right? It's not just one small little team that kind of does everything. You go from everything from research to you guys actually heading out there, the recording of different things, taking references, modeling, getting the colors right, the paint jobs. It's actually quite a big team effort. And when we say team, we mean multiple teams, a big collective almost, right?
So maybe we can ask, what transmission and engine combination does the chat want to see? But yeah, you're right, Alex. There's definitely more than one person working on this. I mean, the paints, the defs, interior, exterior, and the accessories and stuff like that. Like these things are all kind of worked on simultaneously. So lots of people kind of put some effort into this to bring it to us. Absolutely.
And it's looking absolutely great. It's looking really, really fantastic. All right, chat. Answer Mark's question then. What are we thinking for a combination? We've got some votes here for the 505, the 525 with the 6-speed. Run the 525, integrated 455, DD13. Quite a few. I'm seeing quite a few for the 525, honestly.
Okay, we could do the 525.
That's coming in. We can do the 525. Yeah, everyone's waiting for
also
that.
saying 525. Okay,
I think it's
pretty
much. Yeah.
Shout out to Cecil in the chat.
Okay, next person that lists their transmission preference, that's the one that's going in. 6-speed. All right.
Let's fly penguin.
There we go.
Oh man, they just want to see me in pain. Okay, what was the next one after 6-speed?
No. You said the first one. Who's gonna said that?
I've seen a lot of people saying 18.
You cannot back
He's
down
called
from that,
Mad
man.
Fly Penguin. He's admitting he's crazy.
It's awesome nickname, man.
All right, we'll do the 6-speed for a short one.
There we go. There we go. Jumping back in the cab, and sounds-wise, I can't really hear it too loudly on my end, but maybe we could rev up the truck a little bit, see if we can't hear some sounds.
Yeah, absolutely. Let me just get turned around here. I mean, once this 6-speed starts screaming, we're going to hear it real well. I'm kind of sad about my fuel mileage. I mean, we were getting a nice 9.8 miles to the gallon here, and that's definitely going to go away here.
Still wasn't loud enough. Maybe we can get... Tomasz, could you push up the game audio just a little bit so we can hear the sound a bit better?
I mean, this engine probably is going to be a little bit quieter than what they're used to. New truck with all new sound deadening tech and all that stuff, right? So in general, it's probably going to sound quieter than especially the previous generation. But I'll romp on it here and get her wound up. What do you think, chat?
You hearing it, chat?
Some of them are recommending I roll down the window.
Oh yeah, you could do that too. How's that sound?
Actually, 6-speed's working quite well.
You're kind of flying through the...
It's Texas, man.
Okay. It's Texarkana, so it's half Texas, half...
This is on the Texas side, right? Don't try to school me about American geography.
This guy.
But we are going to come to Arkansas
as well.
shortly here.
Yeah.
You got the horn installed. Maybe
But
give it a...
Meanwhile, we can also like pull up the video we've been talking about recently. Thomas kind of got the video of Freightliner prepared for the review of this awesome 5th generation
really?
Cascadia.
Oh, let's
And
see
I
it, let's
think
see it.
we might be able to play it. Just the way how we can actually get it from their amazing website is only in HD format. So I think Thomas will need to make it like a smaller window over us. But Thomas, if you're ready, let's watch it together.
Let's do it. Excited to see it.
Here's to those who started small and dreamed big. The ones who had vision and put it into motion. Here's to those who took the wheel, who logged the hours, whose kitchen tables served as conference room tables before they became boardroom tables. Here's to those who taught us the value of hard work and smart choices. To their long nights and early mornings. Here's to those who guide us through dark hours, who remind us that wherever we are, we're never far from home. Here's to those who came before us, and to those who carry our legacy and future forward. Introducing the new 5th generation Freightliner Cascadia, shaped by experience, defined by profitability, engineered with even greater efficiency, and equipped with next-level safety designed to get you home. Made for those who dream big. This generation and the next.
Awesome video.
I love
really
that.
love how they
I love that.
how they like get the previous generations of Cascadia, and also like they implemented the family like growing, you know,
Yeah.
through the various generations of Cascadia. That
Becoming
was
a
awesome.
driver.
Yeah, that was cool.
That was very, very cool. I love that. I'm glad I got to see that because I didn't get to see that earlier. I missed that somehow.
Oh.
So I'm glad to.
They put up
glad to
like
got to see that.
the whole like website page about this new truck when they revealed it. It's full of awesome information, and you can
It
also
is,
see
yeah.
specs that they are going to offer to customers. I think Nightbot is spamming the site.
Nightbot is funny, but what I'm going to actually do, I'm
Okay.
actually going to drop it in the chat as well and pin it up at the top so everybody can see it themselves as well. Which is something
Yes,
I forgot to
that's
do a little bit earlier. So I'm going to do that right now so you can check out there. There's the website. If you
Someone
want to
says in the
see
chat that most of
more about the
America
fifth
loves
generation.
Freightliner Cascadia. It's actually quite true, right? Is
It's
it
the number one
number one
selling Class
selling-
8 truck,
yeah.
yeah.
Really?
Mhm.
I mean, it's quite easy to see why. I mean, you know, the amount of advancements they make and
Yeah, all
with
the
each
fuel
generation that they bring
efficiency,
out.
you know, effort put in, all the
Great.
aerodynamics, all the like upgrades in technology and safety.
You can
Absolutely.
tell they're
yeah.
very passionate, yeah. Very passionate about their drivers and about their trucks, and of course the quality and the safety, and you know, making sure they can push their trucks to the very limit to get the most out of them in terms of technology and safety and all that good stuff as well. So it's awesome to be able to work with Freightliner and everybody over there as well, to bring such an awesome vehicle to the market, especially their newest one, the 5th generation. Which is an absolute pleasure to see here in American Truck Simulator, and to have it on the virtual roads of America, as well as you know, its real life premiere today, which is super, super cool. It's not something that happens so often, you know, kind of a once in a blue moon thing. So we're so grateful to be able to work with them so closely to bring out this vehicle and show it to you, and kind of, because it's been under wraps, right? And it's been quite secret even to a lot of the teams in the office,
even
I think,
internally.
right? Yeah. Internally,
Even
because it's kind of
internally,
a,
like this project had a code name for the whole time, and
did,
I must
yeah.
say that
Was-
it was kind of funny at few moments, because sometimes even the code name tricked even us. They were
Yeah.
like, what is this project again?
I was asking
oh,
someone.
it's this.
Well,
Okay.
I was asking someone what it was, and they're like, oh, it's a secret project. I'm like, okay, but like, what is it, right? Like, and so finally, like, someone told me. I'm like, I was there. I already saw it. Like, don't need to keep it a secret from me. Come on. But it's good that our team was taking it seriously, and really,
Yes.
keeping it under wraps.
Yeah, I mean, like with 360 plus people now for SCS Software, some projects with synchronized release or reveal like this, we basically have to keep it like secret for the wider audience, even internally for our teams.
They want to hear the horn.
Okay, let's go for
They're
it.
spamming the chat for it.
We got the city horn, and then we got the air horn.
We can't hear it here, chat. So you have to
Yeah.
tell us if it's
You're gonna have
good,
to tell us, chat.
if it's nice.
I think
You want to hear from the outside?
What's that?
Nothing.
Didn't
No
hear
sound.
anything. Oh, they didn't hear anything themselves.
None of them sound. Did someone mess with
Uh-oh.
your settings?
Peter. Is that working?
There's no sound, no horn, no.
Oh, we
sound.
have no sound at all. Tomasz.
No. I can hear
No,
the
no,
truck. I
they-
just can't hear
I think
the horn.
they hear sound.
There's no
There is
game
no
sound.
game sound. Oh, Thomas, you fired.
Oh,
Bring Benny back.
Benny,
We miss Benny.
chat, spam Benny, and he
Benny,
might
Benny,
be like
Benny,
magically
Benny, Benny,
appearing
Benny,
here. Just not the horn. No horn sound. Oh, Benny,
It should
Benny.
be working. We're sorry, Tomasz. We love you.
sorry.
It's I'm gonna have to look into that if it's not
No,
working.
I think they're trolling us. There is sound of the game, but
I literally checked it this morning.
yeah, there are trolls in the chat. Okay, there are trolls in the dungeon.
Okay. But just look at the keyboard settings.
All right,
Bolt
chat.
the
You
same
want me to
thing
look at the
about
keyboard
the-
settings?
Yes, but
Fine.
calm down. Don't break things. You
You're
know you have
messing with
some
me.
anger issues.
All right, let's see. Horn. Did I pass it already? Am I that stupid? Oh, there it is.
Yes, you
Joy
can
button
search. You can
7.
search on top as
Okay.
well.
Light,
Wow.
Search,
air horn, joy button 10. They are mapped properly.
Oh,
Chat.
You wanna
Are you
fight, chat? You wanna
trolling
take
us,
this outside?
or we have to
I don't know
fix
if that's
something?
trolling. Maybe something's not a.
Maybe we still
Also
sound,
check
maybe we still have to
down.
fix
It
something.
is possible that
Okay, Chad. We wanted to release this truck today, but you revealed a slight imperfection, so we cannot.
maybe a
cannot
couple
do it.
weeks,
Couple months.
couple months.
Couple months.
Yeah, okay, maybe just before
We should
Christmas.
yeah.
Next Christmas present.
Next year,
Yeah.
Christmas.
Okay,
next year.
chat. Well, at least you got a preview. A
That's
couple
it,
months
that's
you can play with the
Chat.
truck just in time for Christmas break.
We either have to postpone the release by a couple of months, or every one of you have to write in the chat that the air horn sounds awesome.
Pretend you heard it.
Someone said check the audio settings. The audio settings.
Maybe, mate. Is there an audio setting for just the horn now?
These guys don't know what they're talking about.
As some air horn people are like, sounds amazing. Sounds perfect. Yeah.
Maybe we can keep one of those like,
Amazing
little
horn.
air horn cans beside just for a
Yeah,
case like this one
yeah.
doesn't work.
Straight to the mic.
Audio.
Or maybe I have some here.
There is
Oh, wait.
truck effects.
Oh,
I'm a slap.
I have one here.
is.
I have one here.
What? Why are these all down? Who was messing with this?
Uh-oh.
Peter?
Do I really have to come in here and reset my settings every single time?
Yes.
My goodness, we have some coworkers that
Those are
Are awesome.
yeah.
For some reason, I don't believe
All right, chat.
you mean
Oh.
it.
So, did you guys even hear the engine before?
Yeah, they did.
They did.
They said they heard it.
Try the air horn.
Okay.
See?
All right. So chat was
Fixed.
right. I was wrong.
Fixed.
There we go. There we go. Yeah, now we a bit. Yeah, it's gonna be a bit quieter because we're inside the cab, of course. But
I think I have the
you
window
open the
down.
window,
though.
maybe.
Yeah, I got
Is
the window down. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Let's hear the engine now. They said they could only hear it a little bit before. Maybe they'll hear it better now. Oh, now I'm paranoid. Maybe I better check my other sounds. Make sure everything's good. I'm just gonna go to options and I'm just going to audio and just reset the defaults.
There we go. Let's see how we do. Is it sounding
Left
better? Maybe
window
you should.
down.
Yeah, maybe we should. Sorry, Tomash. It
Yeah,
wasn't your
Tomasz,
fault.
we love you. You're the best.
We apologize.
We don't miss Benny after all. He
No.
can stay wherever he is.
There you go. Everybody hearing that? Everyone's good? Everyone's happy? Yeah? Okay. Good stuff. This explains why truck audio was so low for most of the streams. Wait, you didn't tell us it was most streams? Come on, chat.
Yeah, I mean,
Come
it
on.
should only be this profile that was affected. This is kind of our test profile. So,
Okay. Well, the horn is working now. I mean, that's good news. That's good news. That means it's not a bug, right, Nimro?
it
Maybe we
means
could bring-
I think we can actually release it still maybe in 3 weeks.
Why?
Maybe, yeah.
Why? You want to like fix something or adjust something?
Yeah, you know, just go over it, make sure there's no other problems. What do you think?
I don't
We
know.
might have left some sliders down on the
We asked
volume
some
in
people,
the.
right?
we can ask around maybe. But
Actually,
someone's been
like,
messing with the video, maybe.
today earlier before the stream, I was like writing to our build master, you know, who does all the builds, carrying new content on Steam, and I was like, okay, can we agree that we will release the new truck today at 7 p.m. And he was like,
Mhm.
if you will say pretty please in the stream, then I will do it. So chat, it's up to you.
You gotta say pretty please, chat. I mean,
My colleague is, you know, he choose violence today.
he did. Who hurt him?
Who hurt him?
Who hurt him? Pretty please. We got lots of pretty pleases coming in the chat. We got lots of pretty pleases. You have to let us know what the colleague says. Build master.
Okay, I hope he's watching.
I hope he's watching. I mean, there's a lot of.
Let me ask him.
People are obviously quite excited about the 5th generation Cascadia, and of course, what's not to be excited about? Lots of great new little aerodynamic changes. It's a good-looking truck, lots of nice tech in it. Got lots of great paint jobs, lovely, you know, engine and transmission options as well. I mean, it's a nice truck. It's a very, very nice truck, and you know, looking great in American Truck Simulator as well. I do like the digital dash though. I'm a bit of a sucker for the
Yeah.
digital dashes.
Let's
I
go.
gotta admit.
I can kind of believe, scroll through it, the different
Mhm.
pages we have on offer here.
Let's have a look at those.
So let me check.
I believe this is
Oil
similar to
was there.
what we had on the previous Cascadia as well. I don't think they made any major changes here. I see some minor changes though, for sure. Yeah, no, honestly, the interior. Oh, these are new too as well. The park brake switches, they've gone
Oh, yeah.
electronic. Yeah. No longer is it the
really?
old push-pull valves. Now it's the
No
electric ones
push-pull,
like
they
you
just
see in
a-
Europe. Yeah,
Little button, you just click it in.
yeah. Oh.
That's
Yeah,
impressive.
I mean, this would be a nice place to be stuck at a truck stop for 34 hours doing a reset, I think.
Wouldn't be too bad, would it?
Yeah.
It wouldn't be too bad at all. Nice
Heated and
interior,
vented
nice
seats,
seats.
look at that.
Yeah, fancy.
Yep.
Fancy, lots of space as well. Someone said, "Eyes on the road don't become a Nemiro too." Wow, that's chat
Well,
coming in
Pushing
from
my
Casey.
so yeah,
The middle review mirror is cool. Yeah, it is.
I'm trying
is.
to get my colleague
mhm.
because on Steamworks special UI for developers, I can see that we just hit the button and it
Okay.
should be released now. At least that's what
Oh.
Steamworks showing to me.
Chat, if any of you have Steam open,
But
maybe you can check for us.
There's also some weird word here, like hidden, that it's released but hidden. I don't know for what reason.
Oh. Maybe not.
Let me try to search it on Steam. Maybe something.
I'm
is
looking
wrong
now
on
as
Steam
well, and
somewhere.
I'm not seeing something at the moment. I'm not seeing
Maybe
anything.
Steam needs some moments.
Oh, hang on. No, that's the original. I see the original one. That's
I
not
see
one
the
we're
original one
looking
as
for.
well, but not the new one.
Uh-oh. Someone says they've got an update.
Oh.
A couple people saying they've got an update. Hang on.
Casey 5181.
Okay.
Some people.
Okay.
Okay. Chat, you're being serious this time, right?
It's the running run now. Update waiting. Okay.
Okay. Maybe it's just Steam's a little bit busy today. Maybe it's pushing through.
Yeah, maybe it will take a few minutes for Steam to update the Steam store to, you know, display this. We still like put it out as a as a DLC every
Yep.
truck, but it's always a free DLC.
Yeah, yeah.
So
Yes,
Yeah.
of course.
it should
of
be
course.
just technicalities, what's being displayed on Steam Store, but the actual build should be in that update, I believe. So, guys and girls in chat, try to restart your Steam client, let your game download the update, and hopefully should be in there.
Yes. Lots of people saying they're downloading an update. That's good. That's good. Hopefully it will appear on the store as well soon. So, just in case you're not getting the message, chat, the 5th generation Cascadia is not going to be coming out in 3 weeks or 8 months, maybe like we said, you know. It's actually be coming out tonight, and a lot of you are getting the update right now. So, everything you've been seeing on the stream today is going to be available as part of the free update for all American Truck Simulator owners. And what an exciting addition it is to be able to release
Absolutely.
the 5th generation Cascadia alongside its real-life premiere and release today as well. It's such a big occasion for us here at SCS Software, right, Nimro?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes.
Massive shout out to everyone that worked on this truck, to all our 3D graphic designers from
Yep.
our vehicle
Mhm.
team, all the paint job artists, to you, Mark, as well, because you helped them with some research and reference photos and stuff
I
like
don't
that.
do much. The spotlight
Okay, no
belongs
shout
to
out for
them.
Mark then.
Oscar for
Oscar
working with
for,
Freightliner.
yeah, making it happen, and of course, massive shout out to Freightliner team there for giving us the trust to and allowing us to bring this truck into the American Truck Simulator very shortly after their reveal.
Yes, absolutely. So we're so very, very happy to announce the arrival of the 5th generation Cascadia from Freightliner in American Truck Simulator, and all of you are going to be able to experience what a 5th generation truck feels like to drive, which is going to be very, very exciting. So make sure you do share all of your photos and screenshots, not only with us, but also with Freightliner on our social media channels. You can find us on X/Twitter, whatever you want to call it these days, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and all of that good stuff as well. We'd love to know what your first drive was like, what kind of paint job you're going to be putting on it, what kind of options you went for. I'm pretty sure Mark would be very interested to know what kind of engine and transmission types. Give us your combos. Yeah, absolutely. So do share.
All right, guys,
Freightliner. Please do enjoy it. And,
we got the Freightliner Cascadia
it's all very, very exciting. So
2025. I had to exit Steam and then allow Steam to relaunch. So
big day.
if you're not able to get it, then you need to do the same thing. But yeah, enjoy the truck, guys. You already know I'm gonna have it. I'm gonna put it in my my fleet very, very soon, and so I'll be streaming here pretty soon. Obviously, you know my graphics are just insane. So if you haven't already subscribed, do so. If you definitely like stuff like this, you know, doing live streams, or kind of having a little watch party, or you know, so to speak. But yeah, do comment. Let me know what you think and about the truck. Let me know what you think about the streams. And you have any suggestions, please let me know. Also hit the notification so you don't miss the video when I go live. But other than that, guys, enjoy the new 2025 Cascadia. Some new changes. It's gonna look, it's gonna be good. And you already know how this community works. The modding community is going to tear this truck apart. You know, it's going to be so many additions, kind of like with the Mac Pinnacle. Every time a new truck comes out, we really go really big into it. So, yeah.